Hi, this is Deuyour with Silver Seas Yachts in Sausalito, and today we're going to give you a private tour of the 2020 Sirena 64 docked here in beautiful Sausalito, California. Come on aboard, let's take a look. Walking up the symmetrical side decks into the cockpit, you have a beam of 19 feet 2 inches on the Sirena 64, which is designed by Herman Frères. He's world-renowned naval architect known for builds with Deuyour Swan and Hallberg Rossi. He's designed a Class A ocean-going vessel here, so this is not a dock queen. She is capable of exploring the world, and you can see from the expansive space all of your guests are going to be quite comfortable. So let's get on board and take a look at the salon area and the generous living spaces. Stepping on board the salon area of the Sirena 64, you're met with all this natural light from the vertical windows surrounding the entire pilot house. A lot of natural light with the blonde white oak interior finish, and you have a really functional seating area space that's tied with the cockpit space, so the ergonomics and flow of the yacht are perfect for entertaining. It really feels like you're home away from home. And that leads us right into the ship's galley midship. When you're preparing food and meals, none of your guests are really taken away from the experience of being on the water because of all the glass. Preparing a meal is quite easy. Just opposite is your dinette area. There's of course television, AV equipment, Sonos system that runs through the Starlink as well. And then everyone's able to converse with the captain. The captain's right here, part of the party. This is a owner-operator yacht, so it is meant to take off the dock into faraway places. You do have bow and stern thrusters, and there is a ZF joystick remote. This is a shaft-driven boat. It's not pods, but you do have the availability of a dock mate here to help assist you off the dock in close quarters. That's a nice feature to have. All of your switching is very conveniently located for the captain right behind in this panel here, and you even have a nice opening window to let in some ventilation. The boat is outfitted with a Seakeeper 16 as well, so underway your guests are going to be very comfortable, especially those that might get seasick. Boat will not pitch and roll with the Seakeeper. Now before we take you down below to see the accommodations, I just want to show you how simple it is for a couple to be able to run this boat. Again, you've got all the docking equipment for the captain, and if your job is to set fenders, dock lines, you've got this nice watertight door that gives you immediate deck access to run fore and aft and help catch lines and fenders and the like. Now that you've seen the main deck, let's take you below decks to see all the accommodations and the cabins down below. Let's go. Welcome down below decks on the Sirena 64. The interior is actually designed by Tommaso Spadolini. He's world-renowned, working with super yacht builders like Benetti and Whiter. So a lot of the inspiration has been drawn from the super yacht culture with the interior design layout. The first cabin that you're met with is the guest cabin with twin bunks. There's a ensuite head with separate shower stall inside. This yacht is actually a 3-cabin and 4-head layout configuration down below. So this head could serve as one of the 2 day heads for your guests. Your main day head is going to be accessed just forward of the guest cabin here midship as well. And we can now show you the VIP. Let's go forward and take a look. So up forward in the VIP, you have a nice walk-around queen bed. You also have his and her hanging lockers and an enormous head that's en suite with a separate shower stall and rainfall shower. The hull side windows provide a lot of natural light, and they all both have opening port lights to offer that natural ventilation if you don't want to listen to the air conditioning. And why don't we go aft to see the full beam owner's cabin. Stepping down 2 stairs to the full beam owner's cabin. I mean, wow, this is really a design masterpiece here with the giant hull side windows, that enormous amount of light, and full walk around queen. This takes up the entire 19-foot beam of the yacht. You have tremendous amount of storage and closet space, but you get an amazing feel for being at home with the full beam head and the owner's head aft here. Stepping in, you've got the marble countertops, massive walk-through head with shower opposite. It's got 2 levels, so you can have a little perch seat and look out through the hull side window at sea. But this is also form and function. This owner's head serves as an air gap to separate the engine room bulkhead and the noise that transfers into the owner's cabin. So this creates that insulation. Again, another amazing innovation from Spadolini Design, drawn from the super yacht elements on the bigger boats. But another reason why we have such an enormous amount of, basically 258 square feet back here is that the Caterpillar C12s are a V-drive configuration. They're not direct drive, so you save a little bit of square footage in the engine room, so you can move this bulkhead back, which gives you a much larger living space. And speaking of living spaces, I think the main cabin salon area is 560 square feet. So you really do feel like you can spend an extended amount of time on board the yacht for those extended cruises around the world. Let's go up and take a look at the Flybridge. So walking up the teak-laid steps to the Flybridge, which is quite wide and very comfortable walk up, you're met with a wet bar. We've done some nice tasteful upgrades to the AV system here. So this is a newly installed TV. The boat runs on Starlink, so this is not a bad office. And you're not feeling chilly. It is a cold San Francisco day, but this polycarbonate enclosure has really transformed this yacht and made this a livable space, so you're not having to deal with the windy elements on a gloomy day such as today. You've got a nice sun pad up forward, massive table for dining for 8 to 10 guests, and a cool buffet style wet bar with that spins on a dime, a nice little feature from Sirena. So you can serve a buffet style meal right here. And then aft, you got a really cool feature, which is a rainfall shower. It's on the mast here, a nice barbecue grill. And then you have a pair of chases here that you can roll around the deck in any configuration, a pair of deck boxes for all the fenders and lines and toys, keeping them out of the way, and a nice clean deck. Let's go up forward and take a look at the upper helm station. So one of the 2 wet bars on the Flybridge features an ice maker. So if your captain is in the mood for a cold drink, you can serve him some ice. But up forward here, you've got all the controls neatly laid out with your 16-inch Garmin display. Again, your Seakeeper display is here, bow and stern thrusters. You also have that ZF controller, dock mate as well, so you can walk around the entire yacht and dock it in close quarters. But everything is neatly laid out, and the visibility from up here is absolutely fantastic. 0 obstructions, 360-degree views, and even an opening sunroof with this painted hardtop, which was an option on this 2020 Sirena 64. Speaking of exterior living spaces, let's go up forward and take a look at the enormous seating area up on the bow. So transiting up forward on this walk around, you really get a sense of how safe this vessel is by the height of the bulwarks. It's one of the main reasons it's a Class A ocean going vessel, no different than a Nordhaven. You also see the amount of glass that provides that natural light for the salon. It's vertical, so it really keeps the water dripping down if you take any water over the bow. So it really is designed for long-range passage making. You have nice windshield wipers that provide that safety when running from the lower station. But just look at the size of this forward bow entertaining area. You have a nice table for dining with 6 guests or cocktail hour. This can be converted as a high-low table with a filler cushion. and you have the forward cushion as well with the backrest up. So just a tremendous amount of ergonomics and flow as well, where you can walk right through and all your guests are extremely comfortable. They don't have to move out of the way. And from a practical standpoint, both port and starboard, you have a pair of bosun's lockers for fenders, dock lines, just stowing deck equipment when not in use. So again, nice clean decks for all of your guests. Another cool feature are the pop-up lights. Provide that little flair for the evening time. And cup holders throughout, speakers throughout. The entire boat has been rewired with the Fusion system, so you can integrate the entire entertaining or stereo system throughout all the zones on the yacht. Really nice little upgrade there. And then up forward for the ground tackle, you have port and starboard boxes. You've got your chain locker below and a nice windlass and capstans and winches that are powered up here forward for heavier duty or heavier use. And then you also have a storage locker that's down 3 rungs of the ladder down below, but you can store a tremendous amount of gear and fenders down in this locker here. So it's all about storage when you're going to far off places and keeping the decks nice and clean and readily available, and the Sirena offers all of that. And then when we talk about going off to far off places, let's go down and take a look at the engine room and show you how we're going to get there. So you've got this massive hydraulic swim platform off of the back. It's got the nice stairs that you can get in and out of the water if you're swimming, but it also functions as a tender platform, so you can float the AB jet tender. There's an 11-foot tender that comes along with the boat. You can float that right on here, get you to shore quite easily. Through the transom, this door opens up to your crew quarter that sleeps 2. It's got its own head with shower and combo washer dryer. And then it's straight through to your engine room. And you've got a pair of Cat 12.9 thousand horsepower each. That's going to push this boat up to about 28 knots wide open throttle. If you power way back to the long range cruising speed of about 10 knots, you've got a estimated 1,200 nautical mile range with this yacht. Cruising speeds around 16 as well. All kept very comfortable with the Seakeeper. You've got twin Onan generators on board. Your HVAC system, everything is very well laid out with diamond plating all around. It's very accessible. So a lot of household brands on board with Cat and Onan, Cummins and Wabasto. All of these brands can be serviced worldwide when this boat takes you to far off places. Well, I want to thank you for coming on board this private tour, this lovely Sirena 64. Currently the only one on the market on the West Coast, so don't miss your opportunity at this amazing yacht. My name's been Nick with Silver Seas Yachts. You can find me on Instagram or give me a call for your private showing at 415-595-5373. We'll see you out there.